the more I think maybe selfless, the more we can let go into just allowing whatever tone we want, then then it becomes an expression that would be like a musical chord that is just all of us, and the full. It is some kind of jazz chord or something, you know. But that's why I don't know if you noticed, but near the end, there was something that was just as we were finishing that, to me anyways, felt like quite a really cool chord, right? And then do you notice that, I don't know, it feels like almost like it blows the ceiling off the place or something like that? There's something that changes, you know, our environment in a way, like our mental environment.
Or you enter a different dimension.
That's it, that's the word I'm looking for. See, Sean's always doing that. Yeah. And when you're doing those kinds of things, do you notice some kind of interplay with your mind as far as like not quite being able to let go, you know, and having some reluctance, you know, and then not being sure, and then finally maybe just for a short period of time, even you'll all of a sudden be this spontaneous thing, and then maybe the other comes back. Yeah. I think that's a great indicator, a great way to notice how the me will come in and like, what are the ideas of that thing? Like, who cares? We're all in here making sound. No one cares what anybody else is doing. And in each one of us just wants everyone to just do it to the freest they could do it. Everyone wishes that for each other. So why is it so difficult for us to give ourselves that? You know, that's the me. That's him right there. That's her. That's it. That's all your trouble. Coming in and trying to make things pretty, make things nice, make things perfect, make things this way, make things that way. And, you know, life doesn't care about that. You know, life, you know, it's inconsequential to like the flow of, you know, however you want to put it. So it's great to do that and then see our little resistances and then feel the difference when we drop them. And how when we drop them, we can have an experience of way less self, and yet you're present. You're having a present experience, and really quite a unified experience, like a harmonious experience with other beings. We weren't having a conversation verbally, but we were having a conversation. We were communicating with each other. We were communing with each other, because each single note that each one person would change the entirety of it. If one person dropped the pitch one semitone, the entire thing is different. And that is so beautiful. That is so beautiful. So it's like we owe it to ourselves and each other to try, you know, to free ourselves from the thing that's in the way of that spontaneity, because it's crippling. It cripples us. Anybody else want to comment on how that was for them?
I'll share something else I was saying earlier during the break. Don't judge me, but I noticed that I'm a pretty competitive person, and I was feeling like competitive like when that was happening in terms of how long I can hold a note.
Awesome.
So I was trying to I noticed that and just trying to ascertain where that's coming from.
Ascertain. And did you ascertain?
Not yet, but
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing that. That's nice. Brave. Yeah. How do you do? You do some long notes there? Longer than mine. Do you think you can? I can go for a long time.
Oh.
Want to have like a Duke out here? You want to take a big breath? And
I couldn't tell actually. Like,
what's that?
An Omaha.
An Omoff, yeah. Sean and John and an Omoff.
No, I actually couldn't tell.
No, that's right. That's the best part. Is you can't tell.
Yeah.
You can't tell, right? We only get to see ourselves, right? Yeah. That's great. It's really great.
I was thinking of Mikey,
Right.
because he's a singer,
He's the dude.
right?
Yeah.
So I was like, I can't hear him.
No, it's funny because John said, yeah, you were talking about that. It's almost like it's vacillating from, okay, what am I supposed to do here, to, you know what, I'm just going to let any sound come out. So essentially, that's what I just did. I try not to, being a singer and trained singer since I was like 7, there's this part of you just like, okay, pitch, okay, volume, okay, duration, like
Yeah.
you have to hit all, all the required stuff to sound good. But yeah, there was a point when I was hearing the different tones. It was really beautiful. So I was just really just letting it go. It's like, okay, whatever comes out of my, at first, and it was quivering actually. The note was very quivery.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like, and then it became, it dropped down to a lower register, which you mentioned, almost like your true vibration, I guess. And then I just let it go, and then it was going somewhere. It was fascinating.
It is,
And
isn't
it is a metaphor for almost like the workings of, the travels of how my mind goes to here, and then it goes back here again. And yeah, it was really, but it was really good it's letting go of the sound, letting whatever thing come out. Yeah.
Interesting creatures we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's very, it's vibration. It's vibration. It's great to work with because you can really open up the channels and really move things in your body. It's a frequency. Every once in a while I tell a little story about how I always ask the people on the phone, like if they say, anything else I can help you with, Has anybody tried that yet? Has anyone tried it's really great. I did it today. It's a girl from, I had a problem with my phone or something. So I found out that I switched phones, I had this Fido plan, and then I found out that, my mailbox is full. I have 3 messages.
Yeah.
And they call it mini voicemail. So I'm like, so I phoned Fido, and I'm like, my voicemail's full. I got 3 voicemails. Oh yeah, you probably have the mini voicemail. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, well, we have this thing now, and that you have this package that most people have this mini voicemail, and I said, well, that's just stupid. And she's like, yeah, it is. I go, that's completely useless. My voice box will fill in 30 minutes. I'm self-employed. And she's like, well, you get this package. And I said, but I wasn't told. I got the thing. I said, I will get a voicemail. I wasn't informed about this. And I said, you have to read me. It's really stupid. And she's like, yeah, it's really stupid. And I said, it's like corporate cruelty. She's like, yeah, it is. And I said, well, listen, I'll tell you right now, I'm not paying for any more voicemails. I can't. She's like, I just can't. I'll lose sleep at night. I cannot. I will not. I said, I wasn't informed. I wouldn't have got the package. So then she's on her thing and she figures it all out. And okay, well, I managed to do this and move this over there, and you get $5 off. But now it's the same thing. But now you got more stuff for the same money. I'm like, okay, thank you. And at the very end, she goes, always the same question. Anything else you help you with? I said, well, you have anything you want to say to me about how you become a totally enlightened being in this one lifetime? And and she just starts laughing. What? And repeat the question. She goes, that's too fast. It's too fast. The question is too fast. I'm like, well, what's your answer? She goes, I don't know. I'm just not sure. And I said, so that's your answer? She's like, yeah, I guess that's my answer. Maybe that's a really good answer. She's like, I think it might be a really good answer. And my face is totally turning red now. I recommend that you try that. It's a beautiful thing to engage in conversation with these people that are serving you, and then because you get some really surprising little conversations out of these people, and you become closer to them. They're another being on the other line. They want you to be happy. They want to help you. So then who knows what that would do for you or them? What they could start to think, the conversations that they may have. They might, this crazy person asked me this question at the thing, and what that might spark, you don't know. What that could lead them to a bookstore. You don't know. Or you may get like someone on the other end of the line that tells you exactly what you need to do, right? So I dare you. That's my dare. I dare you to do that. And once you do it a couple times, it gets easier and easier. Yeah, it was the first time I did it. It was a little harder, and then I just was getting easier and easier. Now I just do it all the time in the bank, whatever. As soon as they ask me the final question, that's the question I ask. It's great for conversations.
So you do it in person as well?
Yeah, and just pretend you don't know anything. You pretend you don't know anything about anything.
What exactly do you say?
I say, they usually say, is there anything else I can help you with? And I say, oh yeah, great. Can you give me any advice on how someone can become a totally enlightened being in this very lifetime? Yeah. Yeah. One person said, not in this life. Not in this life. Maybe next life, but not in this life. You get all kinds of interesting things. So let's do a little meditation before we close out. And it's also good for if you think you're some kind of hotshot and you know something, like as if you got something to teach somebody, you ask people, ask them to teach you. It's good. Tune back into that last nice tone. And without making a sound with your voice, can you hear the tone in your body? Is there something that calls you, that is a resonant vibration or tone? Inner frequency, an inner tone. Let it ring in your inner ear. Of that wonderful sense of, are you hearing it? Or are you making it? How is that sound happening? You may notice that there's a location in your body where it seems like that sound is coming from. Wherever that is for you. Begin to move towards your heart if you're not already there. It may be that you have the sensation of the sound itself moving, coming in towards your heart. So then you decide that you're going to tune into and listen to the sound of your own heart. And when I say that, I mean your heart chakra. Feeling about a sound. having a heart wish that all beings could experience their own nature, could luxuriate in their own tone, their own frequency, can celebrate and rejoice and express their own tone, their own frequency. And that they would find that very natural. And think about celebrating the uniqueness of others. And that is one of the many ways of being able to live our own, is by really enjoying the uniqueness of someone else. See all beings reaching this beautiful place. Have a delight in your heart about it. Thank everyone here that was making sound with you. Thank them for their own special, unique note that made us all sound. Thank you once again for coming to be together. And Mariska has something to say. If she can. If she can.
Saturday. Well, just a second.
Let's give Mariska a moment. Let's move on to something else for a minute. So Christine won't be here for all of July. So Yasmin, were you thinking of being the volunteer that comes and?
I don't know if that's possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll certainly come, and maybe it will be me and anybody that can come and help. So for the month of July. So what time would someone typically be? 6:30?
I do work here.
Pardon?
I said I do work here.
True. Youngju is also YJ. Youngju works here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can always
Yeah.
come in and help
Okay.
set up.
Okay.
Whoever.
Okay.
I think if you have more people,
Yeah.
I mean, it's 45 minutes for me.
It's 45 minutes. See, there you go. So now we all know what Christine's been doing.
Yeah.
After a long work day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So,
cat is
I
out of the
mean,
bag.
Yeah, but I mean, you probably could do it, and I'd like to have it done before people show up.
Yeah. So say 6:15.
Yeah.
So you're saying like we start at 6:15 and then maybe a half an hour. No, so you're saying 6 o'clock.
Well, I mean, if you have more people,
Yeah.
well,
we have one more Monday anyways.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm just saying this now. So maybe.
I'll time it,
Okay.
because I know where everything is and
Yeah.
everything around, and then.
So far we've got Youngju will be here, and so just over the next week think about some possibilities and maybe when people can
Yeah.
come when they come. Yeah.
Because I've been noticing people are coming later and later.
Yeah.
So then, even today, I got to just kind of sit
Yeah.
for like quite a
Okay.
few minutes. Like, so that was
Okay. So anyway, so we'll, maybe next week we'll talk more about it.
okay.
And now if Mariska's ready.
Yes. Yeah, this Saturday is an event at Open Door Yoga, which is on Main and 14. and there's Swami Playam Dharma coming, and it's his first time in Vancouver, and he's from Europe, and he's going to be doing a talk on living awareness. So we know very little about this man because there's no website, there's hardly nothing known on the internet about him. But I was asked to help get him organized or get this event up, and the more I've been emailing back and forth with his student, the more I get the sense that this is a very, very special Swami, very humble, very, I don't know, very kind. So I'm intrigued to meet him, and I'm hoping that people will come. And so it's 7:15, and I think it's an hour and a half.
It's in the morning or?
No,
Evening.
evening on Saturday, yeah.
So which open door is it? On
Main and 14.
Main and 14. Okay.
And the Karmapa is also here this week. In case that's what it
Right.
anyone.
Ramata is here.
We'll be at UBC on Thursday. I think
Oh.
he has another event scheduled as well.
Cool. All right. Thank you.
We're doing a month retreat.
Yay.